Hey, thanks for joining me. It's been more than 10 years since I've made a video for this channel, which I will explain in a moment. But I'd like to start again to offer my help with your chemistry questions, as long as I'm able. You can comment with your questions or put them in the stream under the community tab, and I'll be happy to address them. I'll make corresponding videos to explain the solutions, so be sure to subscribe and tick the solid bell so you'll get the notifications. When I started this channel in 2011, I was teaching at a community college in Tennessee. I enjoyed it a lot, but behind the scenes, I could see that as much as I loved teaching, I would have no future in the governmental educational system. When education is reduced to mere effort to pass a class, interest and fascination is excluded. And yet, that is the very foundation of learning. The best approach to learning is exemplified in the natural curiosity of a young child, for whom even the most mundane things can be engaging. Children are great researchers. From babyhood, we naturally follow the scientific method to discover how our world operates, observing, being curious, having ideas, testing them, and learning from our mistakes and successes. That is the natural process of educational development that we too often lose in adulthood. What would happen if we applied this method to more than just the sciences? Well, for more than a decade, that is what I was discovering, though admittedly not entirely intentionally. I decided to pursue a different line of study that I was deeply interested in. The field of research was one that most would not actually consider science. But when one takes a childlike learner's approach to life, everything is science. The group that I joined was studying time in the context of Revelation, that is, the last book of the Christian Bible. We never set out to study it in a scientific way, but looking back, we did exactly that. And the discoveries that came out of that approach were nothing short of amazing. The principal researcher began his studies back in 2004, and I learned about it after he went public in 2010 with his discovery of a clock that is described in symbols in the book of Revelation. Over the years, by asking questions, forming hypotheses, testing them, and refining the ideas based on results we experienced, in other words, by using the scientific method, he led our little research team through many more discoveries about how time is recorded in those ancient prophecies, especially with respect to the present era of experimental genetic vaccinations. One of the more recent discoveries relates to the one constellation in the night sky that was described as a clock in 1756 by the French astronomer Abbé Nicolas Louis de Lacaille. This clock in the skies of the southern hemisphere, called horologium, especially relates to the COVID woes. And that clock is about to strike midnight, which is especially relevant right now. If you're interested, check out the links in the description box. In the end, both science and religion purport to study the same thing, truth. Unfortunately, pride and politics get in the way of progress for both. But when we follow the data, the results paint a compatible picture of an intelligence in the universe who is intimately familiar with every minute part of it in both space and time, including your life. And that is what is so rewarding about these discoveries. They're personal, meaningful, and beautiful in a way that is all too foreign to other scientific study. I hope that I can inspire in you a childlike fascination with all that life has to offer, to explore it with an open heart and mind. Please subscribe and give your thumbs up, and until next time, be curious, because chemistry helps. Thank you.